everyone, I'm Jackie and we are enjoying life's journey while on the path to financial freedom. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to another weekly paycheck to paycheck budget with me video. If you're interested in seeing how we budget out every single paycheck using a zero-based budget method, then stick around and let's jump on the Excel sheet. Hey guys, the 12th. So we're going to see what was the actual number for the 12th, and then we are going to project out the 19th, and we'll see how that goes. Last week I mentioned that I will have this budget template ready for you guys for sale, so keep an eye out for that. It'll be ready by the end of July. I'll be putting it up on Etsy, and I'll have a video that goes along with it, kind of explaining how to change some of the formulas and edit it to make it unique for your personal budget. The other thing is we have officially reached 10,000 subscribers, which is insane. So thank all of you guys who are subscribed to the channel, and thank you to all the viewers who view all the videos. Without you, I wouldn't still be doing this. I started my channel back in 2014, and because of the community and all of the great comments and feedback and people who have shared their story with me of how I've encouraged them or helped them in some way, that's what keeps me going. So I want to thank you guys for that. With that, I will be doing a separate video maybe on some giveaways. There's some books that I really love, so I may be giving away some books, and I may even be giving away a personalized budget specifically with your numbers. So stay tuned for that. I'm super excited to be offering that to you guys. So we're going to come down to my husband's paycheck for the 12th. For the 12th, my husband's base pay was the $790, so we're going to go ahead and make that black now. His overtime was actually a little bit more than I anticipated. I thought it was going to be 58. I thought he had worked a total of 58 hours, and it was actually 61 hours that they had worked. So his overtime was $622.23. So quite a bit higher than I thought it was going to be, which is awesome. So we're going to make that black. And then myself was it was the $130.15. So we're going to make these black. For the 19th, we're going to anticipate, his base pay of the $790. And this one, we're going to think, we're going to do, yeah, so they did not work last Saturday because it was the holiday weekend. So this one is not going to have, it's only going to have 10 hours of overtime. Anticipating that it'll have $296.30 worth of overtime. So I could be completely wrong. So we'll see. So I'm going to estimate for mine $41.14 for that week. So let's come down. So if you guys have been watching, I have updated my budget template here. So we have percents. These are our pay ourselves first percent, 12%. Automatically populates for the month and each individual paycheck. And then I have these things here, so it automatically I can do my zero-based budgeting within this area. So for my husband's 401k, that was the amount, the 8%. So we're gonna do that black. And then here, the emergency fund is actually, yep, so it's going to be the $79.82. So you can see that I made a zero here. I'm going to make this orange because we have the money. I have not officially transferred it into savings yet. I have to do that. So for next week, you can see it kind of already did it here. And then as we come down, these already auto-populated for me as well. I'm going to make this orange. Actually, let me see here. I have to make a change. We actually ended up spending all of this for giving, so I'm going to change this one thing. And we're just going to put the $79.62 from last pay in there. So I want you guys to see how I update this as I'm going. So that's already there. And this one is actually going to be $40.36. And then this one we're going to change. I have to delete that. So I was dividing them up in half, but we're not doing that anymore. So the giving for the month is pretty much, these two are spent. So we're going to make this black. Okay, this money we still have for donations. So most likely this month's donations, whatever I end up with, is most likely going to be donated to my daughter's school. So if we donate to the school district, it is kind of like a tax write-off within the state, but also we can choose like which extracurricular type activities it gets donated to. So most likely for the month of July, at the end of the month, that will be donated because school starts in August. So I like to start off the year with like a donation to the school, and then over the rest of the year, we may do one more donation to the school. Otherwise, we donate to other charities that are more like national. The taxes. So I had just put in I have a certain percent that I'm estimating, and so I just want to double check that this is the amount that they were, and that's what those are. So I'm going to make these black because these came out of my husband's paycheck already. And you can see for next week they're auto-populating, so this could change slightly, so we'll have to see if it ends up changing or not. And then coming down, if you guys watched last week, we did have these amounts budgeted. So we're going to make this orange because now we have the money. And then this is what is going to be transferred into our necessities account. So in a moment, we'll come over here and we will balance our checkbook based on what we have officially transferred. So I like to do the budget with you guys, and then I pause, I go transfer the money according to the budget, and then we'll come back and we'll balance the checking accounts. And then the insurance money is here, so we have that orange. My daughter's commission job money is there. This money has already been earned and spent, so we're going to make that black. This money is still, we still have money left for these, and you'll see that when we balance the checkbook. And we're going to come down here. So we are going to leave that there. We're going to add the $88.69 to our date night. And so if we look over here, our date night's only 100. So we're actually going to take out this 50 from next week because we don't need it out of that week. And then we're going to change this. So this would be $86 instead. So that gives me my 100 on the end here. Do you see what I'm doing? So I'm going to make these orange because these are in the account now. And so if you see here, I have $2.69 left. Now these first paychecks, I decided not to put anything towards debt payoff. We want to make sure that we're covering the other expenses first. I want to make sure all the bills and stuff are covered, you know, because we had my husband's truck payment we want to make sure is covered. Like I said, gas for the vehicles. So far we still have some money left, but it's not looking like we're gonna, I don't think it's gonna last us till the end of the month. So we'll see how that goes. But this extra $2.69, we just need to tell it where to go. I'm gonna go ahead and just stick it up here. I'm just gonna stick it into the vacation money because we are trying to, we're also saving. We have our next cruise is not until December of 2020. So we have basically a year and a half. But the final payment is due in September of next year. So we have, you know, we want to make sure we're starting to save for that. So we'll see where that is. So now let's come in the next week here. We have some money that's not calculating up as well. So let's see what we got. So 8% of my husband's, so that would come in here. The rest of this would go into the emergency fund. We have this. These are what the bills would most likely be. We won't have any other bills due next week. So we have, what I originally did was I have the mortgage being split up between these two paychecks. I have 40%. You can see here I have 40% coming out of this paycheck, and then we'll have 60% coming out of that paycheck. So until we know the numbers, we're not going to know exactly what that's going to be, but that should be fine. So we're going to leave that there. So then we were trying to do like the extra debt, some money to the extra debt. We have our YMCA and our Netflix money coming here. So we're going to go ahead and put this here into the extra debt payoff. And again, I mentioned this last week, we may decide to continue to put the extra money into the mortgage instead of the truck loan. And what I'm going to be doing is, once we get our first bill back from when the truck payment was applied, if I'm not mistaken, I think the truck payment is going to be like an amortization schedule, just like the mortgage. What that means is that at the beginning of the loan, you pay significantly most of the interest, and you're barely paying anything towards the principal. So, you know, I want to calculate, you know, how much money would we save in all if we put the extra money towards the truck or if we put the extra money towards the mortgage. So I'm going to be messing around with our amortization schedule, so stay tuned. I'm going to do a whole separate video on how our payoff plan is going to be. So for now, this money is going to be put aside you know, until the end of the month, and then we'll decide where we want to stick it. Yeah, so basically for the month though, we have this. So now we're going to go on I'm going to zip off of here real quick. I'm going to go on the bank account and move the stuff around according to where this needs to go. And then we're going to update everything over here in the actual accounts. So you can see here what we keep track of. So our emergency fund, we spent a lot in June. We had about $6,000 in the emergency fund. We had to put money on to buy the new air conditioner, and then we put some money on Ricky's truck, and then we got some work done in the backyard. So that's not ideal. We went on a huge spending spree. And that's what happens sometimes, you guys. Sometimes when you're living so frugally and you're doing so good for so many years, it's like going on a diet. Eventually you give up and you binge, and that's totally what happened. So we're trying to reel it back in. I feel like I say this all the time. So now we're really set on these percents, so I'm hoping that helps. But anyways, we're back up to our initial $1,074.47. So we want to get back up to 6,000. So we're gonna keep checking away. Now, if we were following Dave Ramsey's plan, we'd be good. We have our $1,000 starter emergency fund, and then we put everything extra at the debt. We're not going to do that. We're going to continue to invest 8%. We're going to continue to put into the emergency fund, and we're going to pay off the debt all at the same time. This might change again, you guys. Every month can change. As we see different progress in different areas, it really just depends on what your goals are and what you're trying to do. Now that we've started investing and we're on track to reach our financial independent number by the time we retire, we're actually on track to reach our financial freedom number by the time we retire, investing the percent that we're investing. So I'm not going to stop investing. I feel like, we lost so many years. We're 37, so I cannot stop investing. We're going to keep going with where we're at. Now, are we going to keep increasing how much we're investing? Probably not till the debt's paid off, but we're going to leave it at 8%. If you were following Dave Ramsey, you would stop investing and you would put that at your debt. We're not going to do that. Same thing, you would not put any more into the savings, the emergency fund. You wouldn't put any more into there. You would put it at your debt. You wouldn't save for vacation. You would put it into your debt. We're not going to do that because now that we've had an emergency fund and we've had to use a big chunk of that emergency fund, I feel like we need a bigger emergency. We're not going to do that. So that's why I encourage you guys, learn from lots of people, try them, implement them, do them, and then evaluate it and see, is it working for your goals? Is it working for your sense of security? If it's working good, keep up with it. If it's not, try something else. Dave Ramsey's plan was really good at the beginning because we didn't even have the cash flow to pay our bills. So that was different. Now we have the cash flow where we can afford to do things in different areas. But again, this could all change. We'll see. So that's that. I'm going to make this black because that's in savings. So now I can tell my brain that it's gone. Okay, this is going to come out of here. All right, moving on down to the giving. This is now in the savings, our sinking fund, so 3676. And I'm going to leave this one orange because we do plan on spending this money at the end of the month. So I'm going to leave that one orange. But it is in this savings account until the end of the month. So we'll figure out. That way I don't accidentally spend it on something else. Okay, so these are all of our accounts. This is the income account, so all of our direct deposit goes into income. Then necessities, these are all the bills that that come out automatically, or if we're using our Discover card to purchase it, we put the money in here, and then when we pay it from that account, we pay the Discover card from that account. Our fund checking account and our Ricky savings account or checking account, we haven't been using those cards because we've been using the Discover card, so those are kind of just sitting there right now. We have the emergency fund, that's our savings account. This is our investments. This is our 401k, my husband's 401k, and my Robinhood account. So that's what we have currently invested. Savings, this is like our sinking fund. So saving for, like I said, saving for our vacation, savings for giving, things like that. And then this is the girls' savings account. So the card, this is our Discover card. So this is the balance on our Discover card. And so we've used it from this category. And then once it posts and it clears, I make the payment. So every Friday, this is what I'm doing. I log on, I do our budget, I go onto the bank account, I move the money where it needs to go, and then I log onto the Discover and I make a payment. That's kind of how my Finance Friday looks like. in our household. So that's that. So these are orange because these are still part of here. Now let's keep going down. Let me take this off now. Okay, so coming on down here, so if you can see, we still have $251.60 left of our $336 grocery budget. We've been doing really good. Like I said, the first week we didn't spend the full $84 because a lot of that was our camping groceries that we took out of our fund money. And then this last week I spent about $86 for our groceries. So that's where we're at here. Personal care, I still have $30 in the income account towards that. This is from previous months. Let's see, now we have the household, we have the 75.61, which you can see here we spent on the Discover card, so now we have the money to pay that. This 86, that's what I spent on groceries, but we have the money in the account to pay it. This is going to seem confusing and weird, and why bother? It's because we want the cash back. We get 1% cash back on virtually everything, and then gas we get 2% cash back. So for us, it's free money. It's money we'd be spending anyway, so why not? The difference is if you have a credit card and you're just using it and you don't even have the money to pay for things, that's a bad idea. And if you're only paying the minimum balance or the minimum payment every month and you're earning all that, you're paying interest, that's different. We're doing it because we earn cash back. And we pay it off in full, and it's money we'd be spending anyway, and it's money we actually have. So that's a little different, but this is how I'm tracking it. This is how I'm keeping track of it, so I know what's going on. Where's all the money? Where is it? What's going on with it? Okay. 35, we're adding this here, so $65. So you might be wondering, what's that? So I had 30 in there. That's my cell phone, my business account pays for, so I just put that in this account. The actual phone bill is $65 a month. So 35 of that is my husband's and 30 is mine. So we have $65 in the account now to cover that bill. That comes out on the 17th. And you can see, I think you guys can see my due dates over here. And then coming on down, so now we have the $165 for the electricity bill. Again, I'm not sure, I don't know if I mentioned this on this week or last week, we had the solar installed. So I'm not sure when for solar we're paying $81 a month. So I don't know if this month the solar's been up for like a week. I don't know if it's automatically going to cancel out this month's bill or not. So we're waiting, we're still waiting. This $54.90, this has officially come out. That came out on the 10th, so we're going to delete that out. And then we're going to put in the $62 that we have now for the next month on the 10th. And that's what we had here. Okay, now Ricky's truck payment. This has actually all been moved over to the necessities account, so $370 is in there. So I'm going to delete this $65.44 that was in the income account last week. So now we have that here. If we come on down, we still have $72.16 left of our gas budget, and we currently have $38 charged on the Discover card. So again, once these are orange because these are what's charged. They haven't officially posted. They're pending. As soon as they post, I go make the payment. Okay, let's come on down. So you can see here we have $75 in our savings account. This is for the motorcycle insurance, so everything from the motorcycle insurance goes in there. And then because we paid for the motorcycle insurance for the whole year, so I'm actually going to add this month. So 64. So $18.91 of this $293 is actually the motorcycle insurance. So we're going to put it over here. It's in the sinking fund. So now there's basically $95 towards that, and the rest is here. So this is actually $275.06 is what's in the necessities account. So now this will come out on the 28th. This will stay in the savings account until February when we renew, and we'll pay the whole year again, which is about $200 and something. So that's just a way for us to earn a little more interest by having it in the savings account. So we're just playing around a little bit. We come on down. This was spent, so make that black because that's done. The girls' chore money is in the income account. It's Friday. We do all of our commission jobs, our chores, our home blessing hour, our zone cleaning. We do all of that on Saturday. So tomorrow when we do that, they'll either earn this, and then half of this will go into their savings. So you can see right here, the girls fund, they have their savings, and then I have on here what part is their giving, what part is their saving. All right, so we come on down. So now we're here with the eating out money. So the eating out money is now in the necessities account because again, we use the Discover card and then we'll pay that. The date night money is also in there. So we have our $100 for date night now in the necessities account. So you notice here on the card, we haven't used the card for that stuff yet. We'll end up using that later. And then the savings for the vacation, the $2.69 is in the sinking fund, the savings account, okay? So this is where the money actually is. These are where the accounts are. Okay, so that's how much is in each account. So this is how I balance all of the accounts. This is how I keep track of where everything's at. So we're not just saying, okay, well, this is the budget amount, and then you throw everything into income, and then you just spend it, and you still end up spending randomly. So this way we know the bills are safely tucked away in the necessities account, and then anything else that would be taken out possibly as cash is an income account. So that's kind of what's working for us right now. So yeah, thanks for joining me for another Paycheck to Paycheck budget with me. I hope these help you in some way. Again, you don't have to be as detailed or finicky as I am. You can do it probably much simpler, but I like to keep track of every single penny, and I like to keep track of exactly where it's at in what account at all times. It's just a good way to manage it. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye.